Here's the preview video for Kids Under Construction, Sunday, June 16th. We'll be talking about the passage of not worrying. Jesus, in his Sermon on the Mount, talks about don't worry about things, just trust that God is in control so you can have peace because God is in control. First activity, fly over your fears and worries. So it's like a two-step process here. So the kids are going to take the scrap paper, pens, and write or draw down some different worries that they have or that they think about. Going to the dentist, forgetting their lunch money or something like that. All kinds of different things. There's really no wrong answers, but after the kids complete this part of the activity, invite the kids to share, and then you can kind of work with your group to place all the worries, like spread them out like least worrisome to most worrisome. And it's, again, there's no wrong answers, but that kind of exercise can give kids some perspective. Where someone has like a really big worry, they can realize like, oh, there's more important things to worry about than what I'm worried about. So perspective is really good for kids to be aware of. So after you complete that, then you move to giving kids a piece of construction paper. They've kind of been pre-folded in half. And the kids are going to then take the scissors and cut out like a little heart shape, and then take that heart shape and make it into like a paper airplane. Before they put the paper clip on, have kids kind of experiment with how their paper plane flies, and then experiment with the paper clip on it. It should fly a little bit better. If not, that's okay. It's just part of having fun and experimenting. But then after they complete that exercise, they can lay out their worries on the floor or on the table, and then everyone can take a chance to fly their paper airplane across the room over where their worries are laid out. So that's all the first activity. Of course, the discussion point at the end of that activity, but should be a pretty fun one. Next activity, birds and flowers tic-tac-toe. Right down here, divide your group into two teams, a bird team and a flower team. Of course, the birds and the flowers representations here come from the Bible story. But each team takes a turn drawing a scenario card and then sharing how in that scenario they can practice having peace and trusting God and not letting the worry take over them. And then they can place their game piece on the game board. Speaking of the game board, you can use the masking tape here to create like a 3x3 tic-tac-toe grid, and the rest there has already been explained for you. Last activity is peck a verse. So we have little paper strips that spell out this month's memory verse on the fruit of the Spirit. And then kids can each get their own clothespin. They can use their fingers and try to peck up a slip of paper with the clothespin. Or if they're daring enough, they can put it in their mouth and try to stoop over and try to pick it up with the clothespin in their mouth. What you may do, especially since we don't have carpet, but we have tile floors, and so you have the really smooth floor with the really flat piece of paper, you might take the pieces of paper, the little strips, and just kind of crumple them up just slightly so they have a little bit of texture to them or whatever. So those are the three activities. I think it'll be a fun one. So thanks, and I'll see you on Sunday.